Well, hello again. It's that time of night. Once again, I happened to look up at the clock at about midnight, and I discovered that it was time for the midnight rite. And so I thought I'd get on here for a few moments and sing you the Good Night Goddess song again, and talk about a couple of things along the way. I did want to tell everyone that may be watching this that we are having our online symposium next weekend, and there's more information on that at the Isis Oasis Sanctuary page on Facebook. We're hoping to have a lot of people attend and join with us. There's going to be some purely social moments as well as a lot of presentations, including presentations by Normandy Ellis, the author of Awakening Osiris, Dreams of Isis, Feasts of Light, and many, many other wonderful works. Master Romeo, a master Tibetan iconographer of the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. So many other people, favorites from other symposiums and convocations, Linda Isles, and many, many others. So we're hoping that everyone can join in. It is a fundraiser for a temple, but if you have any difficulty with that, please let me know and I'll be glad to send you a special code for it. So anyway, here we are. It's midnight, one more day. We're heading into our future, and we will see how things unfold as we get through these terrible days of the pandemic and hopefully get on to something better. Good night, Isis of the night. Good night, Isis of starlight. Good night, Isis, furl your wings. Good night, Isis of all things. Good night, Isis, hold me tight. Good night, Isis of starlight. And I just wanted to talk about something for a few minutes here. When I was at PantheaCon this year, I picked up this wonderful special edition tarot deck, which is the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. And this is the commemorative deck box edition. And I hadn't had a chance to really look at it since I got it. And so tonight, for pretty much the first time, I sat down to look at it. And it's really fun. There's this little book, which is the Artwork and Times of Pamela Coleman Smith. And it goes into more of her artwork than just her tarot imagery. And she was a fascinating person who knew many of the prominent occultists of her time, and also was really respected as an artist and illustrator. So there's this wonderful little book, and those who know me know that I love little books especially well. So this is a beautiful, beautiful little edition. And I still haven't gotten into this copy of the Pictorial Key to the Tarot, which of course is one of those prominent books on the tarot. And then it also has, of course, this special edition of the quote-unquote Rider-Waite Tarot, but this is brought out by Stuart Kaplan of US Games, and so he has put it together as the Smith-Waite Tarot, and I don't think any of us are quibbling with that. And it's funny because Justin and I were talking earlier about the symbolism of the white rose in Isean worship, and how Apuleius discussed the white rose being the color of the rose that the donkey, when Apuleius goes to eat the roses, he's actually eating these beautiful white roses. And so we've just been talking about white roses, and I see on this deck that they've chosen the white rose symbol, and I'm trying to get this. Oh, there we go. They've chosen the white rose symbol, which actually comes from the flag, the banner that the death card is carrying. But there you have kind of a Tudor type rose, but it's the white rose on the deck. So it's interesting. So I opened this up for the first time, and you know, when you open a tarot deck for the first time, you're kind of hoping that you get something, a card that is at least neutral. So I, you know, opened it up with some apprehension, hoping that it would be a reasonably neutral card. And the first one that I cracked the deck onto was this one, which is the Page of Wands. And I thought that was very appropriate because, you know, I recently returned from Egypt, and here you have the Page of Wands, and you see the pyramidal hills behind him, and it is an interesting card, a card of announcement, of bringing forth, of foreign travel, and of many other things. And so after I drew that and was fairly happy with that, I started looking at some of the other cards, and you know, just working through them as you do. And it was interesting because it's always fun when you're doing something like this and you get some little insight that you've never seen before. And the next card, right, so I looked at the one that I opened the deck to, and it was the Page of Wands. And then the next, you know, of course, as you start to go through them, you have the Fool. And I'd never probably seen these two together, and I realized that, you know, they really are brothers of a sort. You have both of them with, you know, the stave or wand, and they're very, in some ways, similar. The Fool has more liveliness. The Page seems a little calmer, but there's a lot of parallels. And you see the rose in the hand of the Fool. And then if you look at the stave that the Page is holding, the leaves on it actually look to be rose leaves. And this got me back to the subject of the white rose, which we were discussing earlier. So there was kind of a theme to the evening in terms of Isian symbolism this time. So I wish I could hold the, oh, there we go. That's a little bit better to see both at once. So it was interesting to have that insight that these are kind of brothers. They're facing in different directions. They're, you know, a little bit different in their demeanor, but they really are very similar. And so this is something that I'm going to be looking at and see if I can gain some more insight into that symbolism. And you see even in the card of the Fool that there's also those pointed mountains in the background, not quite so like the pyramids in the Page of Wands, but very, very similar. So that is what I'm thinking about this evening, and we'll see if that inspires my dreams. And I hope it inspires good dreams for you too. So I'm not going to be on very long tonight. Just wanted to pop on and say hello and share with you this insight that I just had as I was sitting here. And I hope it brings you some insights too. So have a good evening. Goddess bless, and may you awake in the morning, and may everything that you need to be better be better. Thank you.